Hello kids, I am Baba Wawa and welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are so excited to be kicking off our new series called the Non-Avengers. Why the Non-Avengers, you may ask? Well, in our world, I'm sure you've heard the Avengers. They are the heroes in the movies and the comics and that have one goal, and that's to avenge themselves against wrongdoers, which also kind of means to retaliate. But God and Jesus, as his followers, wants us to respond in a very different way. For us to respond with forgiveness, like if someone is unkind to us or hurts us. He teaches us to love rather than strike back at them. We want to treat him the same way, to show his love to others because he loved us first, and to forgive things that have happened to us because he forgives us for everything we have done. In our new series, we will look at Bible stories that will teach us all about sin and forgiveness, that God offers us forgiveness and eternal life, and that he wants us to show his love and forgiveness by being a non-avenger. So join us for our first remarkable Bible story as Jesus explains this style of how to be a non-avenger. In a parable about a boy who made his father very sad by taking his inheritance and moving away from home. In time, the son becomes extremely desperate and knows that he needs to return home. But how will his father respond? Will he still be angry? Will his feelings still be hurt? Or will the father love and receive him the way that God would? Which would be a beautiful glimpse of how God's tremendous love is for us. So let's turn it over to our new correspondent, Samantha Fury, as she interviews the dad from our story today. Samantha will dive right into a new way of being a non-avenger. As we learn, God teaches us we can love and forgive others.
Thank you all for coming to the party tonight. I know a lot of you, if you were in my shoes, would not have done what I did. All I can say is, my son was lost, but now he is found. Thank you for coming to celebrate his return with me.
Great speech. That was truly inspiring.
Thank you, friend.
It's not what I would have said. I would have told that lousy prodigal son of mine to go back and sleep with the pigs. After all, he wasted all of my money.
I know my other son said the same thing. Why would I forgive him? But I am like, why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't you be an avenger?
Well, for one thing, I don't look good in spandex tights, and I don't have a cool shield.
You could have been Iron Man or even Hawkeye.
Captain America is more my speed. I like the all-American vibe. And besides, as much as he was all about avenging things, he was also forgiving. When everyone else wanted to throw the Winter Soldier in jail, only Cap wanted to forgive him.
Well, I never thought of it that way, but then again, I did forgive my cat who scratched my eye out.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I am Samantha Fury, and I'm here to talk to you about the Non-Avengers initiative.
Well, Samantha Fury, what is the Non-Avengers initiative?
Well, my name is really only Samantha Fury, so you don't even have to say it twice. It's only for dramatic effect. The Non-Avenger Initiative is a team of men, women, and kids who will commit to forgiving instead of avenging.
That seems like an odd team to assemble. Most people will want to assemble teams to avenge things, to get paid back, or revenge, or, on people who treat them wrong.
But that's not a team for you, is it?
No, sir. I want to forgive others, like my son, because I know I've been forgiven too.
And why is that?
Because even though I didn't deserve it, God forgave me.
That's my man. That's what I want all of you to be like. Be the first non-avenger on our team.
Cool. Do I get a costume or a uniform?
Sure, you can get a uniform.
Oh boy, how about the action figure?
Hey, like one thing at a time, Dad.
Oh boy.
Kids, Jesus told a large crowd a story, and it's found in Luke 15:11 through 23. Look for ways that Jesus teaches us in this story too. God teaches us we can forgive, we can love and forgive others. After we hear this short story, we'll finish up at the studio.
This is the story of the prodigal son. There once was a man who had 2 sons. The younger son thought he was so cool and brave. He asked his dad for all of his money that wasn't supposed to be given until after his dad had passed away. And the dad gave it to him. Then the son set out to another country. He spent all of his money and had nothing left. Soon he had found a job working as a pig farmer. He longed for home. When he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare? And here I am starving to death. I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' So he got up and he went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring me the best robe and a necklace. He needs some sandals and food.' The dad said, 'Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' So they began to celebrate." The end.
Goodbye.
Hey kids, welcome to our new Heroes in Faith headquarters. What do you think? This is an exciting new series, the Non-AVENGERS. And about this story, you know what, Shelly Grace? The prodigal son, he disrespected his father by asking for his inheritance. All that money, he wasn't supposed to receive it until after the father passed away, not before. Then the son went off to the city and wasted every single penny. All that hard-earned money that his father had worked his whole life to save.
It's not easy for all of us to look at that boy and wallowing in the pigs and think serves him right. He was rude, and to his father nonetheless, and he got what he deserved. Some of the people listening to Jesus that day were probably hoping that when the father would reject that son and tell him to go back to the pigs. I'm sure they were.
The father had no thought of avenging him though. It's crazy. Even though his son had hurt his heart and he loved his son dearly, he pushed aside his anger and his hurt and he ran to embrace him. He didn't reject him at all. The father forgave his son just as God forgives all of us when we ask him.
The Father shows us that we can be non-avengers and share God's love. We can forgive others as God forgave us.
Are you ready to become a non-avenger? Are you willing to forgive as God forgave you? God calls us to take the first step to becoming a true hero of faith by forgiving others.
So kids, join us each week as we embark on a new series, the Non-Avengers.
Well, that's it for our word from all of us here at Galilean Gazette and the Heroes of Faith headquarters. Be kind and compassionate to one another.
Forgiving each other, just as Christ God has forgiven you.